Hi, I am Esther Hope Bridges, Dee's 9-year-old daughter, and welcome to Deeper with Dee, where my mom helps you go deeper in Jesus Christ. But first, put a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I hope you enjoy today's word.
No, she's just too cute. Too cute for her own good. So I want to begin by telling you that God gave me a picture in my mind of a wet dog. This wet dog had been out in a downpour and was sloppy wet. And Malachi 3:10 came to my mind. Test me and see if I won't open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. That dog had been poured out onto. And so I went to Malachi, reading Malachi 3, and I want to read it to you and then share with you what the Lord would have me to share with you. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, because the tenth and the tithe that the people of Israel brought in cared for and took care of the needs, provided food for the Levitical priest who ministered there in the temple. And prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there is not room enough to receive it. Those who want to go deeper in Jesus, they become givers. So I want to talk to you about giving in video number 4. You know, sometimes you'll hear people say that tithing is no longer a requirement, that we're no longer bound by the law. Jesus came and fulfilled the law. And I would say to that no, we're not bound by the law, but the 10th is a remarkable baseline that we could set in our lives and allow that to be the baseline from which we give as well. I mean, if they could give 10% back then, I can give 10% today. And also, 1,000 years before the law of Moses was given, we see Abraham in Genesis 14 given a 10th. We see Jacob given a 10th in Genesis 28. If they can give a 10th, I can give a 10th. God has given us an opportunity to join with Him in the work that He is doing in the earth. And you know, the earth will one day pass away, and the opportunity for us to give will end as well. Now is the time that we can be givers, that we can be the hands and feet of Jesus and be a blessing to our friends and to those who are in need. You know, God isn't as much concerned about the 10% as He is the 100%. He's not as concerned about the part as He is the whole. He wants everything. Now, He's not expecting us to give everything, but He wants access to everything, to all that we have. Psalms 24:1 says, let me find it for you. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. God's after everything. Not only your purse and your wallet. He wants access to that. But He wants access to your mouth, so that the words that come out of your mouth bring glory to Him. He wants access to your refrigerator. He wants access to your garage, to your garden. God wants access to all of it. And after all, it really is all His. What we have is a gift, and He's loaned it to us. Man, may we be found faithful and good stewards of the money that we have, and givers, cheerful givers, the hands and feet of Jesus. And now it is a prime time to give. We have friends who are losing their jobs and have already lost their jobs. They're waiting on unemployment and they've not received it yet. Now is a prime time to give. And if you ask the Lord to show you someone you could bless, He will show you. I always think about my parents because they loved to give while I was living with them. And they still love to give. They give to their church, and they give to ministries, and they give to organizations, and they give to people, and they give to individuals, and they give to their children, and they give to their grandchildren. They love to give. My father has said this verse many times. And when I think of this verse and hear this verse or read this verse, I think of my father. Luke 6:38. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together and running over, will men give unto your bosom. That's the King James Version. Doesn't get any better than that. Give, and it will be given to you. That means when we give in joy, and we can give in expectation. And watch what God won't do in our lives. Man, I look at my parents and they are richly blessed. They're not necessarily richly blessed in possessions and material things compared to some, but they are richly blessed in their relationship with Jesus. They're richly blessed in all their relationships, like, with their church family and with their children in the community. They live rich lives, and they are givers. Just the other day, we pulled up to the stop sign and we saw a lady. She was sitting on her motorized wheelchair and she was collecting change. And we rolled down the window and we started looking in the purse and in the car to see what we had. And I found $1. I wanted to find more. I don't know why we don't keep money on us. We should. But I had $1. And we said to her, this is all we have. And she said, well, that's okay, because I'm only trying to collect $20 today. And she probably didn't say only. She probably just said, I'm collecting $20 today. That was her goal. And guess what? She was one step closer to her goal. Do you have $1 laying around today that you could help someone reach their goal, financial goal? Or maybe you have a couple more dollars. Give. Be a giver. Ask the Lord to allow you to loosen your grip on your money and on your finances so that He can have full access to be able to use you to bless and touch others' lives. Gosh, when you do, you're just so filled up. I mean, I am just so touched when I can help someone financially. So that's your word for today. To give. Let's go deeper.
Jesus! Awesome word, Mom. I also learned something. Tell your mom. Instead of selling some of your stuff, like on Facebook Marketplace or at a yard sale, just give it away and put a smile on somebody's face. See you next time on Deeper with D.